afternoon. I want to give a bit of a shout out to stay-at-home moms or dads who raise their kids from home, particularly when they're young um, and before they're in school. But I also want to give a little advisement here. If you are out of work, it doesn't matter the reason. You're not getting paid. You're not paying Social Security taxes on wages that you've earned. You are going to become uninsured for Social Security disability if you had ever become insured already, or you're going to remain uninsured. And believe it or not, it happens, and it's not all that rare that a stay-at-home parent, their Social Security disability expires while they're staying home, maybe being keeping the home and keeping all the members of the family up and running and doing their thing, which is fabulous. But the downfall is if something happens to that stay-at-home parent, where they later on, when they wish to go out and seek to work, perhaps they cannot because something has happened. They became under a condition or some injury or illness, and they literally cannot work any job. They can't do anything 8 hours a day, even simple sedentary, unskilled type of work activity. I see them file for Social Security disability and they're told they can't because they are not insured and were not insured at the time they became disabled. So there are ways to prevent that from happening. It's really like hedging your bets in the event that could happen to you. So while you're a stay-at-home parent, give some thought to a part-time job, W-2, or self-employment or contracting or gig work, where you can earn this year, 2023, it will be $6,560, which will cause you, if you pay your taxes, file your returns, and pay the tax on that amount or more for the whole year. So you don't have to earn that in a month or 6 months. You got 12 months. And you pay the taxes. That's going to get you all 4 quarters of Social Security credits that year. And I have another video on what that is, and I'll try to link it below. But if you did this or even did half that amount, but you can't go slightly below half that amount is going to get you 2 of the annual credits. And to maintain insured status, that's really all you need if you keep that up sufficiently. And how sufficiently, that is how much you worked before you stopped working. Were you making your 4 credits or not? But if you stop working and you, in rather short order, certainly before you run out of insured status, start earning those credits again. It could be a part-time job on weekends. It could be when the other parent is home watching the kids. It can be summer work, whatever, evening work, weekend. It doesn't matter as long as you do it. And it's very part-time to earn $65.60 and get all those 4 credits. But what that means is if you later, some people stay home for 18 years so their kids are out of high school. Some only stay out till they're in kindergarten. Others go a bit longer because they have other needs. Maybe they have another younger child after the first one gets to school, and it can really extend that time home. But if you don't do something very part-time to earn those credits, you could find yourself uninsured for Social Security disability. By the way, that might also vastly impact your Social Security retirement, without a doubt. Even working very little will, but not as much as not working at all. But I'm really focused on the Social Security disability because life happens, and there is not a tiny percentage of us that become disabled before 62. And if you're going to be one of them, and if it happens when you least expect it, you're going to find yourself not being able to file for Social Security disability, which you would have otherwise been able to do, and helped contribute to the family income by having that. And the only reason you didn't have that opportunity was because you maybe didn't know that if you had just worked a very minor part-time each year, and again, it could be self-employment. You could get some gig going on or something you sell as a business where your work activity you're getting taxed on. Maybe you create something and you can sell it. Maybe you do online work while you're home with the kids. They have content writing and all sorts of things, customer service. Obviously, I know you're going to want to be potentially part-time doing that. I mean, I was fortunate. I worked from a home office all through my child rearing, which I'm still engaging in. So I worked excessive hours, but it was from home and I could make them flexible to what I needed 99% of the time. But all you need is very part-time. And I'd like to see no one ever not get disability benefits that ever worked for them, because that recency test cannot be met because they stayed home and didn't earn and file those tax returns with their work activity, not your spouse's work activity. That doesn't help you. So if you have any questions on that, reach out to me. I'm going to try to link this to the other video on credits and how to gain them back. But I wanted to specifically point out, because the stay-at-home parent can find themselves in a real bad jam later on. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody. So anyway, chat with you next time. Bye.